Hey everyone, how's it going? Sri Nishkashakabal here, and I am here to make an announcement. Essentially, I am going to be attempting, and from my POV, from my context, doing something where what you would have never, in essence, witnessed from your lifetime, where a 20-year-old kid is going to be making sure that he can do all of his 100% and with a very strong plan of action, with a very extreme grit, perseverance to go through 18-hour days and do anything and everything in his what he can to go from almost zero, right? Because whatever you're making from less than $10,000 in MRR is, at least I consider it zero, to doing 100K per month profit in the next 50 weeks or so, right? Which is almost a year, and making sure that I can document my entire history, my entire process in the meanwhile while I do it, right? So how exactly it's going to work is what I'm going to share you in this particular video, so you understand everything in super solid, great depth. And yeah, right, so every single thing would make sense. I have a proper solid plan towards what I need to do, where I need to be, because clarity is everything that you have inside of life, and without it doesn't really matter whatever you do, because at least I won't be satisfied by the end, making sure that I did not possibly live what I could have and doing things that I would have, right? So how I like to see things is I have created a vision for when I'm 80 and on my deathbed, what do I want to have achieved? And yeah, I don't want to disclose it as of right now. I might do later, I don't know, or you might see me later, couple decades later, becoming the man that I really wanted to be. But as of right now, the goal is super simple: to get to 100K profit per month in the next 50 weeks. The plan and roadmap for action that I have set forth for the same, I have assigned 2 business vehicles to achieve this, right? Where I have the third business vehicle suit out specifically for other purposes, right? Which are for long-term money-making purposes. These are for, you can say, short-term money-making purposes, which is my agency called SPARQ LABS, and my SaaS, my info community, which is what I'm calling Revenue Cartel, right? So that's about it. Right now, we have about $300 in Revenue Cartel, right? Where we are currently charging $49 from the community members. My goal is to bump it up to $149 and only take in submissions for annually, not monthly subscriptions. So people are paying somewhere between $2,200 or $2,500 for getting in one in the whole thing 1 year, and to be able to make it extremely valuable, right, for the entire community, so that we can make sure things look extremely solid from what we have as of right now, right? Let me share you a brief of what exactly that seems to sound like, so you have this sort out in super great depth, and share everything on how it's gonna be happening. So yep, essentially this is 50 weeks to 100K MRR, and how I'm gonna be executing these is from these 2 things. So we can make sure that, say, SPARQ LABS for me in INR is generating 40 lakhs a month, and Revenue Cartel is generating 50 to 60, 50 lakhs, 50 lakhs, or 40 lakhs and 60 lakhs, where Revenue Cartel info from short ticket, right, or low ticket, which is $150 a month, people are paying, is being generated in specifically from people who want to get into GTM engineering, right, from different backgrounds. And the other one is companies who want to train their employees to become better GTM engineers, or companies who or founders who wants to themselves to be trained as a go-to-market engineers, who would be willing to pay 3, 4, 5K for a cohort basis, where our goal is to get 25K from both of them, and then also launch like a mastermind where I'm able to get 10K specifically from them, and then agency who's already doing, who's just like a credibility engine, where they are producing credibility on how I can do all of this. Right now from the market, I have 3 years of solid GTM engineering experience with so much trust that if I set out to work with a company who has an outbound ready offer, there's no way in the whole world I would not generate results for them, right? So where the SPARQ AI is something that I've been developing as well to be focusing on later months. But right now I am at somewhere about 2 to 3K of scale skill level, right? Basically, I'm at this level or tier right now, and I'm going to be updating every single day on every single week on how things are looking like specifically. But as of right now, it's to record 8 basically to make sure that I am set out and I'm sending 5,000 emails a day, every single day, and recording content and uploading content for YouTube and LinkedIn every single day is what my goal is. And making sure that I'm able to implement the 10 minute mark. So every lead that comes into our business, I'm able to, within 10 minutes reply to them and sort it out. And that's how exactly. So like basically it is non-negotiable. In the next 10 days or so, we'd be crossing and this mark to get to this the other mark that we have right now. I have like 6 to 8 sales calls every single day lined up to making sure that I'm able to hit this mark really quickly. The scaling the proven is basically when about this mark, I want to make sure I'm able to 2 times the cold email volume that I have set forth right now. Making sure that everything in my business is properly systemized with SOPs, so I can get out of operations, right? Do sales every single day, and launch group coaching on the cohort level where I'm able to make a lot more money, and make sure my team is properly structured and standardized, right? Where my content engine is also flooding out content with 20 to 25 pieces of content a week across every single social media. So I'm posting 50 plus content pieces a week across all 3 of my social media channels, being LinkedIn, email, and YouTube. LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram, right? So third thing is just once I am to this stage, which I'm going to be very soon in the next couple, after the 20 weeks or so, is to make sure that I can start solidifying paid ads and launching one-on-one community consulting, right? And other aspects of the info community revenue model and scale past 50 plus members, raising the price for the community, so on and so forth. In the meanwhile, I'd be running ads for the community as well, and also making sure I can expand up on my team so that when we have the offer sorted, we have the SOPs for the operation sorted on SPARQ Labs, we have acquisition channel sorted, and sales call structure sorted, because right now sales is a bit of my bottleneck. So I want to make sure that I'm able to increase my sales close rate by implementing the next gen systems and learning and investing in training, working specifically towards accent neutralization and all of those sort of things. But that's about it. When this is properly sorted, we would be able to make sure that I'm able to put in massive community and create a product that the revenue cartel empire in essence can not find it anywhere, and that's the only reason for them to have 100% retention, right? So that's about it. Then the machines start to forming, and I can pivot to SaaS to focus on them, running full cohort GTM mastery cohorts, making sure that I'm able to spend aggressively on ad spend, and also I am able to full-fledged leverage email as a channel where we are doing 500K emails a month just for our client acquisition, and consistently acquiring new clients, so on and so on, that we don't really want to work on this too much, but that's about it. And then we can push the school pricing up as the members cross 100%, 100 plus, but also getting more and more people inside to really be able to nail it. So I'll be working towards milestones on the basis to make sure that milestones, like say in the next 10 weeks, I'm going to hit 10K plus, right? And get more clients that and consistently putting out, say, hey, this is the target for next week. This is what I'm going to accomplish. This is my inputs. This is my outputs going to be. Right now, my outputs for next week is to make sure that I am able to successfully implement. So right now, task management for our source is our source of truth for teams as of right now. I want to also make sure that my CRM is the source of truth for all the sales activities going forth, and I'm able to track in every single deal and whatever machine that I have built for, say, 100k emails I'm putting in, and I'm able to get out 20k in revenue. It is tracking, and we are able to identify the bottlenecks and weak points to be able to work on them. But that would only happen when tracking is done. So we want to make sure we're able to track in every single data point on leads that are booking in, what is happening, what's not happening, right? To make sure that all of these things makes the most amount of sense to us specifically. Once that happens, basically we would focus on the next steps. But after 80k, we would after 80k, it's all about just finalizing and making sure that I'm able to bring in someone to handle both the like a COO to handle both the agency as well as operator who would be able to handle the community business, so I can focus specifically on the SaaS and making sure that that's properly grown, right? And a couple of things that we have to work on here. So is to set up explicit numerical targets which are set up directly, and to make sure that we have automations in place to really nail in and eliminate the numbers, eliminate the choke points or weak points that we are having right now. And every single week we're able to tap in the targets, have a weekly pipeline review call, and when the system works, we are able to manage it via metrics moving forward. If it's not working, then we know what is not working, instead of just having emotions come into the place. So that's what it looks like. We created a couple of systems. So within 15-minute review of facts, we are able to exactly find out what's working, what's not working. And the major master instrument is net new MRR. So I would be making sure that I'm able to report all of these figures live on the call, so you know what is working, what's not working. And I hope to ensure that from my journey would be a very solid master, inspiration to share what a person who is 100% dedicated towards his business can aim towards achieving, right? And that's about it. I hope this video seems to make sense. But because from we start tracking in our metrics, we would be able to exactly find out what seems to not be working to be able to make it work, right? So say if low emails are being sent, then we would exactly know, hey, you got to do this. If reply rate is less than 2%, we know what is happening. If show up rate is less than 70%, we know what is happening. If LTV to CAC ratio is less than 3:1, then we know that that's fucking business model. But you get the point, right? So we just gotta check this and verify in the daily stand-up what exactly has been happening, and make sure that we're able to engineer things in such a way so they work really solid, right? Apart from that, it's just that if I would want to create and work on what my deep work zone has to be, and what my meeting zone has to be, right? And what my sleep zones has to be. Because if I fuck up on that, which is what I'm doing right now, I'm currently tracking 96 every single 15-minute block to making sure that I can track my day, and I'm tracking my sales calls and whatnot, and all of that. So currently the first focus for every single daily kill list is to make sure that 5,000 cold emails are sent, say 500 LinkedIns are sent, 1,000 SMSs are sent, every reply is answered within first 10 minutes. We're also doing Facebook ads, so calls are being made, or qualification criteria is being set for, so calls are automatically being qualified and booked onto the calendar. For revenue cardinal, I want to do one LinkedIn post, one YouTube video, and all the community posts are replied to, as well as making sure that I am able to focus a bit onto reading and a couple other things as well. So I hope this all properly, solidly makes sense. And that's about it, right? Let me know. Yeah, hope this totally makes sense. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a ton for your time and attention on this. will be reporting next week on the solidified figures.